but what we're calling this one is Mount Ormond, Billy versus Blight. And in a weird turn of events, a year ago, I wouldn't have thought these killers would even be on the same playing field, but now Billy's somehow surpassing Blight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got it heard. I heard it from Nightlight himself that Billy apparently is stronger than Nurse. That blew my mind. I was like, huh? I've been gone for a while.
The map pressure that Billy can exert at any given time, I would say I tend to agree with that statement. However, if y'all looked at the... Ooh, great job with the Lithe getting distance there. That would have been absolutely disastrous if they managed to get that. But, yeah, that is why Behavior announced that Billy is slated for some changes coming up into the year. So, I imagine there are probably going to be some nerfs.
Yeah, but you know how Behavior kind of works is... You know, that you could nerf a few things like his ability to like break through pallets and what's the add-on called? I forget. Low Pro. You could nerf Low Pro, things like that, but they're not gonna just nerf the one or a few things. It's gonna. I have my money down that it's gonna be a nerf so hard that he goes back to a rough killer to play against. Like you had, like
I really hope that's not the case.
I hope so too, because I was thinking about coming back to the game and playing Billy and Blight, but I don't know. Now I'm just kind of waiting.
Yeah. Ooh, great blind there from Ace. But yeah, that's the problem is I want... Like, they already nerfed the crap out of Billy, and that's what, you know, got to this point in the first place. I would really be, you know, heartbroken if they took him all the way back, so I'm hoping they have some ideas that aren't going to, you know, bust him, but... Also, worth noting, Ace with the no mither... Unironically, a really good perk against Billy, and I never would have guessed. But, yeah, the ability is like, hey, you can't slug this person and try and go for slug pressure. Oh my goodness, this survivor is doing the Lord's work on Billy.
It's so rare to see someone loop Billy for a long time. Like back in the day before they made that update, I remember it was a lot of fun to loop a Billy, right? I was good at it. It was great. You just had to make sure you had some windows readily available, maybe a pallet to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just like that, just ran one mistake and that's all she wrote.
Honestly, I actually prefer Billy in its current state to chase against, just because I feel like Billy in the previous state, the reason people enjoyed it so much, I have a bunch of people who are like, oh, but it's so fun to loop Billy. It's like, yeah, because it's easy. The Billy can be top tier and it's easy to loop him. But nowadays, you actually have to be smart when you're looping a Billy.
What do you try to say, Rue?
Oh, I think I know exactly what I mean, what? Also, Survivor's absolutely destroying some totems in the meantime, and also destroying some gens as well. Oh my goodness, they actually crouch tech that.
I always love seeing someone get a proper crouch tech, because that takes so... Like, But the goal you have to like properly get it off the steel nerves, knowing that you could possibly go down.
No, that's entirely fair. I will say crouch check still works, but the problem is people use it maybe overly enthusiastically. There's a time and place for the crouch check, and I think people do it to their detriment sometimes. Would it be better just to keep going? But yeah, it definitely can backfire. Speaking of backfiring, these survivors are just slamming gens right now. Fourth one on its way. So they're going for the tunnel out on... Nope, never mind. Switching gears, going all the way back.
You know my biggest issue with
oh, they get the body block, though.
Billy?
What's that?
The sound of the chainsaw, man. Like when you're streaming it, and like, because I'm so happy right now because I'm just viewing your screen, right? And I don't have to hear that ear blasting chainsaw because I don't like adjusting my audio really through like the game, because then I forget. So it always kills me, and it's just so nice right now. I'm so relaxed watching you.
Oh yeah, no, I actually turn on the audio for Billy games because of how intense it is, but what's also intense is the survivors are just doing a phenomenal job breaking Billy here, really giving him trouble. I'm wondering it's because they didn't bring the shoes. Normally it's engravings and shoes, but I'm not seeing that. Oh, they finished the 4th gen, and yeah, but I say Billy has to go back to the 1, and it's too late regardless.
Yep. That was amazing gen pressure from these survivors.
Oh yeah, I know. The survivors went absolutely ham on these generators. Billy just, yeah, they couldn't mount any pressure. They got a bunch of pallets out of the way and everything, but even with the map mobility, just nothing coming from it. Billy cutting off. Oh, but Dwight managing to dodge. And I'm sure Dwight would be, auto aim moment there. I'm sure Dwight's very happy to take the chase as they've already been hooked once.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Per behavior, there is no auto aim, sir.
Huh?
You didn't hear their post or read their post that they said that there was no auto aim?
I don't know who made that. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, Dwight wasn't hooked? I thought Dwight was hooked. So, okay, Dwight does represent a fresh hook, but still, this is it's a pretty rough start for Dead Future. Usually with Billy, you hope to see at least a 3K, preferably 4K. But in all fairness, I will say, with them firing back with Blight, we'll see if Blight can contend with the score or not. But regardless, all right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 2, as it is going to be Valhalla cracking out the Blight. Immediately jumping in and smashing the main building door. See a totem in the distance. Corrupt is a perk of choice here. It does make sense as the win condition is not too steep for the Blight, but we'll see how the survivors play it out in the meantime.
I always love watching a good Blight game. Seeing whether people go for the bump logic or, you know, some of the different techs.
What techs?
Well, you know, like, I don't know if you could still Moonrush or not. I heard they patched it, but got Moonrush.
Yeah, it got removed. Like, literally anything that has a tech for Blight has been removed.
Oh.
They have completely removed it. No, there's no hug, there's no moon, there's no nothing. It is, the bumping is actually kind of insane, because you will bump on anything now.
Well, I reference back to Osaka on this. That's where, like, when he said that's how he thought the killer should be played, that's how I thought he should be played. Being master on, like, bump logic, where you're going, is, like, really big, right? And now other people have to play it that way. So
yeah, I will say, I think the only 2 Blights that I've seen extensively go for that kind of play, where it's all bounce logic, no, yeah, see, like, you can barely get through here. Without any hug tech or anything like that, was probably Momo and Osaka. Both of those players definitely were into the just bounce, 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 and give you a headache.
I mean, like, this is just my opinion. Osaka, that's why he was, in my opinion, the best Blight in the world. It's just he had that consistency with downing people and bump logic. Like, his average time per chase with that killer was always about 20 to 25 seconds. That's how long you had before he downed you every time. It was always consistent with it.
Yeah, and looking like survivors, after 2 minutes, Corrupt has already expired. Blight finally getting their first down, so the survivors doing a really good job denying that first down for as long as possible. Main building about 50%, Dwight about 70%. Looks like setting up for the save possibly from Claudette.
Claudette doing Claudette things.
Absolutely. It looks like Pop Goes the Weasel on... No! That was a blast mine on the poor Blight as the unhook comes in. Blight is not actually going to go for the rush immediately. They're just going to take their time, look for the survivor that actually used the blast mine. And they do find Dwight.
I always love taking down the person who hit me with the blast mine.
Great flare from the Blight. I'm sorry, from the Dwight here. Dropping the pallet, but that will result in an M1. Yeah, but I don't know if you can mind game this pallet.
Be a tough one to do.
Absolutely. While falling up for the rush, there's a second one. Eruption proccing on the jet as well. Survivors still no gens complete yet. Finally finishing main building.
Well, these survivors are playing it really well, but it seems like the Seems like Bobo's starting to turn this around. So I'm hoping. Look, I love my blights. I'm like low key cheering for him. Don't tell Nas. But I love my blight. I'm hoping he does well. I'm hoping he gets a lot of these downs. I'm hoping we see at least a 3K.
Yeah, I imagine it's gonna be pretty good. Again, getting it Dwight across the top of the pallet and going down, eruption proccing on the gen that was, I think Nia was working on next. And second hook gonna be coming in for Dwight. Unless there's a decisive strike. And there is a decisive strike here, which means they might even have dead. No, they had sprint burst, so they can't have dead hard. Or they could have dead hard, but weird flex.
It was decisively so rude.
Oh, greeting the pallet. Well, doing a really good job. Oh, he gets that flick. That was disgusting. That was an amazing flick.
Absolutely. That bought him enough time for something to get done.
Absolutely. And Survivor is taking extra hits here. This is not what you need to be doing, I think. I understand wanting to commit, but now you got 2 Survivors injured.
I think they were trying to break the regen.
That's wild.
Yeah, they broke a 3-gen. That's why they were willing to sacrifice someone to do it.
Does make a little bit of sense, but Firecracker not connecting with Claudette. Claudette in danger, going to the side, but they will go down before they can force the pick. 3rd gen going down, and Blight going right back to try and pick up Dwight. It's a very interesting bug. And second hook will be incoming for Dwight. Nia does get reset, but I think once they go back and hook Claudette, I think that should be enough points. Well, I guess if all the survivors get out from that point, they might be able to tie the set, but at that point, oh, wow, actually Claudette does get up.
So she gets up. What are the chances it was someone that picked her up and not?
I don't know, pretty low. I'm guessing. I think she has the unbreakable, which does make sense.
Yeah. I was about to ask if that was allowed or not.
Well, it is Blight. They are still considered an S tier, so unbreakable, deli, all the goods are allowed. However, Blight definitely far cry from how powerful they used to be. So I don't know if it'll ever be taken up because I mean they're still like so heads and tails above so many other killers, but
yeah, even nerfed, they're still good.
Absolutely. Blight will be continuing to tunnel out the Dwight here. Getting stuck on the... That is such a weird collision to have, because usually that collision would bounce, but... Oh my goodness. If they make this work and get the last 2 gens done here, that's going to be incredible.
He's spending a lot of time on this Dwight, and I don't know if it's going to be worth it. Blight getting stunned with the pallet, now realizing he has spent one too many seconds on this and has to go after one of the other little Indians out there. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually pressure them off of the gen, because his gens are spread pretty wide right now.
Indeed, and Claudette using the long wall here, but they need a fresh survivor, and they need to kill a fresh survivor. Dwight does come in and get reset, but if they chase the Claudette, if they don't realize that she has the Unbreakable, she also probably has Deliverance, and that could spell disaster. I think that Claudette actually is like, yeah, you can down me, that's fine. I'll just Deliverance, and it'll be fine. Yeah, so I was already heading to the exit gate as this one's about to be finished.
Yeah, if she has Deli, that's it.
Though, I guess also Nia also does have to be careful. They can't afford to be caught out. But yeah, all they have to do, open the exit gate, she Deliverances, they take body blocks, and she gets out. We'll see. Okay, we will see.
Do they just leave her? Like, if they leave her to die, would they still win? Or do they have to get her?
If she dies, I believe it's lost. And yeah, there's the Deliverance. Immediately taking the bar time tag. Trying to get the blind, but not going to be able to. Rushing around the side. They do get it around to the side. Blind going to go into fatigue. They need to defend this Claudette. She goes down.
Oh!
That is hurt. Not good. Now they have a problem. Well, so does the Blight, actually.
Yep.
Because if they go for the hook, like, they have to push Nia out, and Nia's not going to go out willingly. Firecracker has already been used. I was like, yeah, you've got to push Nia out. Wait!
No!
For the people coming in, but there's nothing there. I'm very confused. Maybe trying to hope for heal techs? I
think so. They still get her.
Yeah, they do. And I think this might be enough. I don't know. This is gonna be really close. The point spread here is gonna be really, really close. Because that's 5 from Dwight, that's 6 from Claudette. Now I wish I had actually... I think there were 5 hook stages on the previous game. And I think one of them was fresh, so that's 12 points. Now it comes down to how many stages they got out.
Mm-hmm.
They got out 7 stages. I think I think Dead Future has it by a point? We'll see. We will see when the points are calculated here. I believe points are getting settled as we speak.
It is definitely going to be interesting to see how this works out.
Yeah, it looks like... Actually, looking at it, it looks like Valhalla will take the W here. All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're loading in for trial number 3. It is going to be a Spirit versus Blight on the Dead Dog Saloon. And one of those few times I actually think that I prefer Spirit on this map.
I agree with you because I don't know how I don't know how a Blight would do on this. I'm kind of questionable, but Spirit definitely I could see working out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just the taco. What do I know? We're all gonna find out firsthand.
Indeed. Spirit looking around for their first survivor as they seem to have stealthed out. Looks like they find Nia right off the bat though, within about 45 seconds of the start. They do go for the vault. Looks like they got Lithe in hand, though, so that's going to get them another loop at this juncture. Spirit going for... Oh, my goodness. Really good read from the Spirit, and will get their first tag. Looks like it's going to be Sloppy Butcher onto the Survivor. Actually heading back left. Oh, I think they thought they were going to go backwards on them, but they didn't. No double back, just straight forward, and that is first down.
That is definitely going to set the pace of this match. It's seeing someone go down within, what, roughly the first minute of the game definitely lets you know that this killer knows what they're doing. They know their pathing. They know mind games. It's going to really, as you see, they're doubling up on gens. They're trying to get things done fast.
Yeah, the question is, do they finish this in time? Looks like Spirit actually might be... They don't care. They're holding second stage, and Claudette seeing the time like, I don't have to do that. Interesting. 3-gen shifting to Saloon now. Spirit still just hanging out. Not really... Yeah, they want to secure second state here. There is a decent 3-gen, but again, the 3-gen does involve Saloon gen, and I don't know if Spirit can hold Saloon gen that well.
No, I don't think so either. Honestly, if I were going to let go of a gen, if I were Spirit, it would be Saloon gen. That's going to be a tough one to hold.
Absolutely, but yeah, seems they're content for this kind of trade. Dwight's working on Gallows. Looks like Claudette is going to be working up on the Saloon. Spirit now, after securing second stage, will be going up to interrupt this generator after all. Over Claudette already out of range, but they will start regressing with Ruin. But I'd say you could, now that I think about it, you could pretty much hold this this situation. Yeah. Quentin back on water tower generator. Dwight slowly making their way around. Spirit will fake a phase, but Dwight is going to be able to sprint burst over here. However, they will end up with a hook trade.
Going for the good old swapsies, but I'm kind of curious how it's going to play out with Claudette choosing not to break that totem. How is it going to affect the entirety of everything? Because I've seen ruin games before where teams that should have gotten progress Never really did.
No, that's entirely fair. Looks like Nia with the decisive strike, though, and dropping Shack Pallet. Really good setup for them. Getting Lithe as well for distance. Running back into the back part of the map as a gen has already been finished. But will go down, unfortunately.
Ooh.
And that'll be death phase for Nia. Server's going to be resetting in the meantime. Not a bad spot to be for the Spirit as 3v1 with 3 gens remaining. Yeah, they are going to go ahead and cleanse that ruin as well.
But you had the perfect time to do it before. You chose to wait.
They got pushed off.
Yep. Now that's kind of coming to mind. I probably should have maybe broken the totem. I don't know. It's definitely fun to watch and see survivors' choices and what they choose coming out to play. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch how this ends up.
Indeed. I'm curious why they went through Shack as well. Maybe just trying to get into this part of the map as there isn't as many active gens to be worked on. I think that might be the case. They're just trying to get out of the active zone. They're trying to break up the gens.
Yeah.
First stick for Claudette, though.
I can definitely see that, focusing on breaking a 3-gen or breaking things up, but man, that ruin's going to cause a lot of havoc.
It really is. So like Quentin's about 50%. But like you said, Ruin is going to start just hitting this generator, and this might be a pretty brutal 4K coming in.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, great tag.
I get the train of thought where most comp teams, they're going to ignore Ruin, usually just crank out gens, get things done, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of teams suffer for leaving Ruin there.
So yeah, for sure. And it looks like Claudette might be heading back to work on the totem, but is it too little too late?
That's exactly. Spirit has nothing anchoring her down now.
Is Dwight going in to take a hit to ensure they get the totem?
That would be interesting.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
I'd be kind of curious to see how that would work out, being that there's only 3 of them.
For sure. It's like Spirit going back. Yeah, I guess might as well secure second stage. You've got a good little lookout spot. You've got the 3-gen between gallows and everything. You can patrol. Spirit's definitely had a very commanding position on this game. Survivors have not been given any leverage whatsoever.
I'd have to agree. Right now, I see it as Spirit kind of giving up Ruin. I'm sure she knows that they're breaking Ruin right now, but securing this next stage for this survivor is just that important right now.
Mm-hmm. One more survivor closer to Death Hook, and now they're going to commit to the chase on Dwight. Using the full distance, faking it at the pallet, but Dwight holding W. I think they actually make it to this pallet as well. Trying to fake him out, but Mind Game's coming in, and Dwight holding W, greeting through it. Get the pallets done! They're going to leave the phase altogether. We hear the saloon gen being worked on. Spirit realizes no one's going for that rescue at the moment. They do finish the gens.
Yeah. I see where they're going with this. At this point, they know they're going to get 4K'd, so they're just trying to get the gens down to a manageable point where when they come back, it's not impossible to win.
Right, and not able to interrupt the unhook. However, we do see that they have second wind. Spirit noticing as well, and missing the swing though. They need to get this tag. Quentin ends up getting a free heal. Oh my goodness, I think that was auto aim. And they get a free heal.
No shot. This bought so much time. That could change everything.
It really could. It's going to give them a whole lot more time, and Spirit is going to commit to this chase. This is a dead survivor. If they can get this down quickly before Quentin's able to get away, dropping the pallet, vaulting across, but that will be the Mind Game 1 for the Spirit, and that is going to be Death Hook for Quentin. Dwight not doubling up with Claudette, however, and 50% on the gen. However, Claudette also really progressed on their gen as well. One of these gens is probably bound to fire.
I have to have respect for them because, you know, in their mind, they're thinking, if I know I'm going to be 4K, and I've said this many times, if you know you're going to all die, if you know you're going to get 4K'd, get as many gens done as possible. So when your killer returns fire, it's a much easier win condition than, you know, a 4K3 or 4K2.
Absolutely, but Claudette is able to stick their gen and will get 4 generators done. If I'm about to say if Dwight, nah, I'm about to say you'd have to make that chase last a little bit longer. But if Dwight was able to make that chase last, I imagine Claudette could have been able to finish the generator. But instead, she's just gonna be hiding out. She has already been hooked once, so she is worth less points than Dwight. A little bit of a spectator bug as Spirit is just stuck there. Nope. Okay, now they're gone.
There we go. I was like, I don't mind hanging out there for a bit, but
yeah, Spirit heading around. I imagine, given the situation, they can probably camp this to death, and then looking at the exit gates, one back here. I don't think it's possible for Claudette to get out. Depends on where the second exit gate is. If it's all the way across the... No, they're both in the same vicinity. There is absolutely no way this Claudette's getting out. This is a 4K1.
Yeah. At this point, I wonder if... Are the gens spread enough to where she could get that done?
No. If Spirit even gets an inkling... If they kick the gen and they see sparks aren't on the gen, they're going to go over and search the entire thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Spirit can check up on anything.
I guess their best call is just to wait for Hatch, then.
There's no waiting for Hatch. There's nothing the Survivor can do. Well, they left the unhook. We know that Claudia was hanging out in the wing for it. And they're going to go for it.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to pay off for them or not. We'll have to see. Spirit wait to see if they see line of sight on either of these two. It's like we see Dwight running all the way into the back of the map. They may try to set up a position where Dwight goes down in a spot that's a really tough hook to get back for, but no distance gained, and Dwight will be sent back to the campfire. And again, I don't know. I don't think Claudette gets out of this. The exit gates are too close to each other. The hatch is known in the center of the map. I think this is a very dead Claudette.
Yeah, I do too.
4K1 for the Spirit on Dead Dog Saloon, and now it's time for the Blight to see if they can hold up and fight back. Again, I don't think Blight has the same kind of power level as Spirit on this map. Other maps, sure, plenty of mobility, but man, the verticality and the way that the structures are for this map just don't make it feel like, oh, and this killer also packing NOED. Will definitely be able to handle this, and yep, finding Claudette immediately, and this is 4K1 secured.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job about a lot of this. When they came in, they knew, like I said, like they knew they were gonna go get they knew it's gonna be a 4K, right? So they got as many gens done as possible. They left people on hook. They knew where it was gonna go. At least a 4K1 is easier to beat than a 4K3 when you're trying to go for the win, pulling people off hook, healing, and then just going back and forth. I feel like they made the right choice. So we're going to see if it pays off when they swap over and see how it works out for them.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We are loading in for trial number 4. Dead Future is going to be cracking out the Blight. And Blight needs to 4K1 just to tie this set and force set 3 for tiebreakers. I didn't even know you could fully swing that. What was that? I've never seen a Blight 360 swing like that.
It's been a while since I've seen something like a helicopter Blight. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a helicopter, but
yeah, I'm not really sure what that was about. But first tag coming in on the ace, and the survivors need to finish 5 gens to secure the win, and 2-0 for Valhalla. And if the Blight manages to 4K2, you know, managing to pull a Dead Future win here, forcing set 3 with tie breaks being a little bit more favorable. We'll just have to see if it's even possible. Getting stuck, going back around. Ace isn't going to fall for it.
Things. This plays into exactly what you were saying before. There's so many things to collide into.
Yup. Again, I think I prefer Spirit on this. Oh, no. They actually go for the stun. Yeah, this Ace is doing an incredible first chase here. Getting hit, though, eventually at Water Tower. First gen probably firing soon. Looks like Claudette up on the Gallo or Saloon. They've got a couple different gens set up. Ruin is going to start eating away at Renato's gen. Looks like they're going for a basement hook right off the bat. But this isn't the same kind of start, though. First gen going down as first hook is secured. See if they're able to finish a second generator at Gallows or not. No, Blight's got to come and push them away.
Oh. I'm kind of digging that. I think that's what, Dwight and his fedora?
Yeah, Dwight got a good outfit and immediately going back for the unhook. Body block's coming in, though. Ace not able to get away.
Nothing upsets me more than that, man. I've had that done to me, and I get so mad so fast. This is why I don't play Dead by Daylight.
That's huge. Finishing Gallows there is absolutely massive for the survivors, meaning that basement has far less pressure on it. Survivor is going to be slugged out for the meantime. Not sure if Deliverance was able to be achieved, as I think it might have been. I think the down might have been right before Deliverance was considered for safe hook. Looks like Renato will be able to heal up in the meantime. Going back for the pickup, but they might be eating a decisive strike, and they do.
That's rough.
True. I mean, to be fair, Spirit also had a bit of a rough start, but managed to make a comeback. Blight definitely having a rough start here, but I mean that's decisive out of the way. Deliverance potentially was negated. They're not down, but the Ace has done a really good job at dropping the Paladin going down. It's like survivors are banging away on gens though.
Yeah, I like that. The luck. Oh no. Oh no.
Similar percent for both Renato and Dwight's gen as they are on similar parts of the map. One at Water Tower, one across the way, another basement coming in. Blight needs to interrupt one of these gens though, and looks like they did with the skill check being missed. Unfortunate 7% for the Dwight.
That's unfortunate, but I mean, like, can you think of the luck? The luck that this killer has that the first person he downs in tunnels is going to be decisive strike.
I mean, the survivor that you chase first is generally the one they want you to do, flaring out, but not going to be able to get the flare. It's like Renato coming in for the unhook once again as Blight heads straight back. No, kicking the gen after Ruin was cleansed and then going straight back. Claudette will be trying to finish the generator. I imagine Claudette will be able to finish the gen as Blight is preoccupied with ensuring this survivor. Great body blocks coming from Renato, but not quite getting. But they actually do. Able to sneak by. Great teamwork coming in. Claudette finishing the fourth generator. Blight desperately got to. They have to tunnel this Ace out ASAP. Missing the swing around the side, and now they get back to Shack.
That's going to be punishing.
It really is. The pickup on Dwight coming through. Survivors have secured the tie condition. Vaulting through and blocking it off for the moment. Trying to... that's actually interesting. Usually, I thought Blight couldn't hit the rush on a downstairs, especially when you crouch, but they actually managed to. Maybe that got updated with the fix, but... looks like they actually didn't go back to work on the generator that Dwight was on initially. Claudette setting up across the map. Yeah, they did stop the gen from regressing, but that's about it. Two gens back here at Gallows, but one across the map at 1 o'clock, and I don't know how the Blight holds this. They have to find a survivor right now, they have to down them right now, and they have to hook them in the center of the map.
Yep, it's going to be a tough time, because this killer is going to have to play this game perfectly. It's not impossible, but he's going to have to play it perfectly. He's going to get downs quickly, he's going to have to hook in the center, he's going to have to bounce between. It's going to be a whole thing, but we'll see. We'll see how this works out. I believe in Dino.
So I would actually argue one step further. I think it's worse than having to play perfect. I think not only does the Blight have to play perfect, the survivors have to make some pretty serious hiccups.
Yep.
Because they definitely have the advantage right now. Okay, so I think both the survivors are here? No, just the Renato. And Renato has plenty of... I must say, they have plenty of resources here. They need to get a tag somewhere, break the pallet, and then go all the way back to the other side, push Claudette off. They do have Eruption, so maybe it'll be enough, but yeah, they've got to go all the way across the map once again, and that's the crazy thing. Even with these speed add-ons, Blight, you're going to get such a call out saying, hey, get out of dodge, Blight's coming back.
Yep.
I don't know what you can do here if you're the Blight. Like, Blight is playing their best right now, but it might be too little too late. This is a really tough pick on this map. The collision just isn't there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there.
And there's the final gen. Valhalla will be taking it. Oh, man. Yeah, this is just a tough win con ask.
I said you called it.
Yeah, playing Blight on this map is tough. The verticality is not what Blight plays into. The extra collision across the map is already rough. And again, Spirit is the one you care about because they can actually mind game properly at pallets. Blight has to play them like a regular 115 killer. You don't get a lot of the benefit of his power to play into.
Yep.
Ooh, if they get those charges back up, actually, they might be able to cut off Dwight here. They might be able to get a 3K at the very last second. Depends on where Claudette is. Claudette with the powerful bush tech coming in.
Yep. Tapping into her inner bush. Gotta love it.
What's crazy about this, though? Hold on, they have a crazy opportunity here. If the Blight goes for the pick, they have the means with the Firecracker. Nah, they're just gonna go for the pick. I was about to say, they could go for the Firecracker, get the pickup, and then also go... Oh my goodness, they could have been a crazy play, but I respect the conservative play here. Survivors will get a 2 out. Well, I say that. This Survivor's rocking the deli. Looks like we may be seeing a 3 out after all. Dear goodness. That's disgusting. Rough. That is absolutely filthy.